Hey, how are you? It's Mary Bicknell. Welcome to Lead a Life Uncommon, where every Monday you're going to get a little biz bite to start your week off right. And then every Wednesday, we're going to deep dive into all things personal growth, where my goal is to help you have an aha every single week. You know, this podcast is for you, for the woman who's the go-getter, who knows there's more inside. And you know what? You're ready to smash through that self-imposed glass ceiling so you can finally see what you're made of. Ready? Let's go. Biz Bites Monday, welcome. Today, what we're going to be talking about is price increase. So today, Mondays are my favorite day of the week. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Biz Bites Monday, those 10 minutes or less, little tips for you to start your week off right. So let's talk about, this is specifically for you if you are a service provider, right? We're going to talk about service provider and who is that? That's you are the face of your business. If you're the face of your business, you're a chiropractor, you're a therapist, you're a clinician, you're a practitioner, you're an attorney, you're the face of your business. Let's talk about how frequently you're increasing your rates. Here's what I know is true. You aren't doing it enough. You literally are not doing it enough. So how do you know when to increase your rate? How do you know how much to increase your rate? Is there a special formula for this or not? Are you just winging it? Are you just winging your prices? Is there an actual strategy around it? So here's the very first thing. The very first thing I want you to think about is, first, when is actually the last time you increased your rate? When is the last time you increased it? Why I'm asking this specifically is because frequently my clients are like, they've been in business for years and they've never done it, or it's just been so small that it's negligible. I want to encourage you to increase your rates every single year at the minimum. At the minimum. Why? Well, let's start with reality. Let's get into the logic here. Let's be in reality that just the cost of living increases. That's just number one. But number two, if you have staff, if you have team, if you have a VA, if you have an assistant, if you have people working on you inside of your business, you're probably giving them a raise every year. The cost of business literally is going up every year, whether it's your phone plan, whether it's the rent on your office space, whether it is Zoom, my God, right? Whether it's insurance, so that somebody walking into your office, if they fall down and break their leg, they're suing you. So what are the things that are the constants in your business that you're paying for that are probably going up? So logically, right off the bat, if you don't increase your rates, you're making less money every year over and over. So this is like a massive problem. This is a big problem in most service-based industries because they are looking at the immediate receiving of money from their client, and they're not thinking about their strategy overall and their pricing long term so that they're sustainable. Here's a formula. First of all, we know right off the bat that that inflation is 3 to 5%. I think it's like 3%, right? So I'm going to say 3 to 5%. So right off the bat, if you're charging, $100 an hour, we'll just use easy round numbers today, right? $100 an hour, $3 more is not a big deal. None of your clients are going to quit because, oh my God, now you're charging me $3 more, 3%. But that's really not, that's like the bare bones minimum. Why would you ever consider only doing the bare bones minimum? I want you to start thinking about, how can I increase my rates minimum 10% year after year after year? A minimum of 10%. Frequently, I have clients that I have them come in and we get to the point where we are literally doubling their rates. My goal is to ultimately help clients 3 to 5x what they're making. So if you're making $150,000 a year, how fast can I help you get to $300,000, $400,000? And it's not, there's strategy behind your income, right? So it's not all just like one day you're charging $100 an hour and then all of a sudden you're 4xing what you're charging and it's $400 an hour. That's not the strategy. That's just like that's spaghetti on a wall. Now, here's the other thing. Some people, they have a certain rate And that's consistent, but behind the scenes, my friends, behind the scenes, they are adding on different services. They are layering services. And so therefore, that client that comes in, maybe they're $100 an hour, right? Maybe they're $100 an hour, but behind the scenes, there's something else going on. They're adding on. They've sold them a program. They've sold them some other service. They've looked at other ways in order to have that client actually have a higher revenue coming in. Does that make sense? Yes. Great. So what's the strategy behind your rates? Here's the reality. Most people who are service providers and solopreneurs, it is not sustainable. It's not sustainable, my friends. It's not sustainable at all. So I want to encourage you to truly consider how you are going to maximize your time freedom if you are the only Sally Jane, beating the drums and changing the light bulbs and doing all the things. This is how you need to start thinking about if you want to get to the point where you want to 3 to 5x your income, and you want to, let's just say you want to get to $300,000 to $500,000 working 3 days a week. You can't do that by yourself. You can't do that by yourself. You need some support. Why? Because how are you ever going to take a day off or weeks off? I want to encourage you to have a business that gives you so much free time that your revenue is coming in when you are not working, when you, the face of your business, isn't actually doing the work. Do you have that systematized? And that's part of your pricing strategy. So to summarize, we know right off the bat, you need to, a minimum once a year, increase your rate, at least 10%. As I said, frequently with clients, we get to the point where we're doubling their rate. How? Well, the other question is, how do you do that? Well, we become more specialized. Remember, a generalist, whether it's a generalist attorney, a generalist practitioner of any sort, clinician, any general person is getting paid less than the specialist, period. One of my clients, we formulated an offer, and she literally tripled her rates. Literally tripled her rates. Imagine right now, take a breath in. Oh my God. And imagine tripling your rates while working less. So we created a product for her, an offer for her that was so specialized. And I promise all of you have something that you can specialize, right? It's not just, she's just not like the rare unicorn. All of you have the thing that's your zone of genius. All of you have the thing that no one else can do just like you, and offer a solution in a way that gets clients results just like you. So that's one strategy of how we were able to triple her rates. So we didn't just bump up 10%. In fact, her very first call with me, I think it was like a 50% increase immediately. Like the very next call you have, it's a 50% increase until we could double it and then finally triple it. And then of course we're going to, my goal is 5 or 10x what she's doing, and all clients. This is all across the board, making more money, right? You come in, we're going to figure out what an effective strategy is for you to increase your rates, period. That's what we're going to do. Winging it isn't the right effect, that, just feeling it. So one of the questions I get is like, well, how do I feel about it? Here's the problem with that. Frequently, if you're just feeling into it, well, that feels like a rate for me, there's really no substance behind there. And that's, there's really no, like, I understand the concept of like trusting your intuition. I want to encourage you all to really frequently tap in daily, moment by moment, trust your intuition. Here's the challenge with that. We have so much money baggage that we bring to the table when we're pricing things that sometimes is it really our intuition? Is it really like we're really listening? I want you to instead start thinking about what's the value of my offer and price it accordingly. I don't want you to be in a place like I own my value. Like, I'm very big on like claim your worth, own your value. Here's the issue when it comes to pricing though, is that a lot of times women underestimate the value of their offer, and they get into pricing numbers instead of value. So moving forward, when you are looking at your pricing your services, I want you to really look at the value of the transformation for the client. I mean, think about it. Doctors do that, attorneys do that, right? Why are you no different than them? So we're not winging it. We're really looking at the value. We're not like price your worth. That's not a strategy. So enjoy today. Tell me what you increase your rates to, and I will talk to you next Monday for Biz Bites Monday. And you can see, I want to give to you the guide to your hidden thoughts around money and success. marybicknell.com/hidden thoughts. It's going to help you with this. I'll talk to you later. Hey, you've been listening to the Lead a Life Uncommon podcast. I'm here helping you create a life to allow you to do whatever the heck you want to do, whenever you want to do it. If you got some value out of this, I'm going to ask you, pop over and give a 5-star review. Subscribe and share this with a girlfriend you know is ready to lead a life uncommon herself. And I want to give you a couple of things. Number one is pop over to marybicknell.com/podcast. I have something called the Guide to Your Hidden Thoughts Around Money and Success. You're going to uncover some good stuff there. It's a little workshop I'm giving to you. And another thing I want you to take advantage of is this exercise I did all around connecting with your evolved future self. You're going to love this exercise. It's going to be fantastic. In fact, when you're done, please, please, please go and tag me on Instagram or any of the socials and tell me what you thought. I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say, and I'll chat with you soon. Bye now.